JP and Ash. Okay, so today I'll be covering with JP Office 365 password maintenance for domain am10peak.com and then inoglobal.com and inoportal.com. This training actually for JP is to understand how do we add an password and when do we edit, what are the different categories that we have set for the different passwords, and
Mm-hmm.
whenever the validation is done, what he needs to do, and whenever someone has changed the password, what he needs to do actually, and how do we get it and then update it immediately. Basically, this password how to be maintained uh, immediately and even the longer run and the recurring task related to this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I will list the daily variables on the chat. So what are the passwords?
Mm-hmm.
How to maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
So basically maintenance is view, add, edit, delete, right?
Correct.
And then what are the recurring tasks?
The recurring
Uh,
task is going to be that he needs to revalidate every quarterly. He has to
mhm.
go and review the passwords in the list and see that the passwords actually is really the password exists or it is expired, or maybe we will no longer use those passwords. All this
Correct.
will be
Correct. Okay. So these three items, right? Lawrence, does this include audit of, when Mark asks, because sometimes, right, Mark asks you to audit this account, etc., or it's not covered in this scope.
It's not covered in the scope, but I mean, if you want to check, later on JP whether he's doing the
Okay.
field, then you can do that. That can be an audit also once a
Correct. Okay. Okay, so these are the objectives of the handover. May I know how are you gonna hand over to him? Will you be providing him some files?
sorry, providing.
Yeah, will you be providing some files to him?
There's no files here. It's just the Office 365 access. He already has access to it.
All
So
right,
he
so you'll just show him Office 365.
correct.
Okay. Would that be comprehensive for you, JP?
Yes, but if there are any documentation, much better.
Okay.
There's
Do you
no
have any
documentation. This
documentations,
training,
Lawrence?
there is no documentation, but this training video will help you that we will cover it comprehensively.
Okay, yes, please. That would be okay.
Okay. All right then. Uh, okay. Before you end this call, I will join in again to see if we have achieved this. And then, JP, with these three items, we will need you to declare on Skype your understanding of these three items, whether 100% clear or you still have some questions with Lawrence. Okay? That's how we
Okay.
will gonna update the group.
Okay, Ash.
All right. Lawrence, after this call, you would also declare handover on JP and the following items are done. And then JP will respond to you confirming, Lawrence, I confirm 100% understanding of these items if he is 100% clear. And JP, please feel free to say as well if you have certain areas that you don't understand. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
think, guys, Mark just wants the assurance that the handover is being done in detail. So in order for, I know Lawrence has prepared for this, and JP, I know you are also critical in receiving information, but it's very important that we declare to the group that everything is clear between the one who's handing over and the one receiving the information. All right? Okay,
Okay.
just buzz me when you're almost done and I will check in with you again. Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you, Ash.
Okay, bye.
Um, okay, JP,
Yes.
let's go. I'm going to open. So you already familiar with the login credentials, right? You logged in using your credentials. Hello?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I don't have to cover the login here. Basically, this site, Office 365, we have created the domain, different domains here, global, TechGuru, StudyLab, Peak, and innovator.com. Uh, innoportal.com, I'll open the domain innoportal. Sorry, hamptonpeak.com.
Okay.
Whatever the passwords that is related to the Hampton will be stored here. Okay. So will be stored under this uh, able
Sorry.
directory.
Okay.
And if you look at here, we have different types here. If you look at here account type, we call this as account type, and this is the field created actually. All this, whatever is related to the computer hardware and software, will be stored in this account type. And all the emails, whatever emails we have, will be stored in this account type called emails. And then we, whatever we have for the website, that will be stored here under the website. So if you look at it carefully, like uh, open one of the item. This is how you view the item. Now it says account name and account type, then the primary employee using this account. That means who actually is using this account. Then the locale, the location of the employee, and the related URL or device and username, then the passwords. Any notes can go here, note section. If there any file attachment, the attachment goes here, the link and the record status. Record status actually is very important. This
Mhm.
record, as long as we are using the password, we are active. And the moment we don't use the account is inactive, the record owner is always passed because we keep him as a record owner because nobody else. So on date, this record last validated. That means when you're adding this, actually it automatically stays there. But as and when we validate this record, going through, making sure that maybe some changes to the link or whatever it is, even for the password, we need to update this. When this record last validated, that means even if you are checking or making the password changes, that means you are validating this password that particular date. So you have to ensure that you change it.
Okay.
And then the date record validated, this is the auto pickup. So this will have a due date of the next validation. And this
Normally, what's the
will
period for?
modified log. That's the admin details. So coming back to the same thing, account type, emails. If you look at your emails, we have actually grouped this. This is in a view. If you look at the view, you group here like a primary employee is using this account. This is based on the view. Okay. I will show you what. So if you go here, list, click on list. You go to view. You can see here the groupings. Uh, these are the filters and the groupings is used here. Okay.
Can I do that also as a normal user, or you need to be an admin?
Uh, you are actually in basically in a normal. You can add, right. You can add the data.
Yes.
Once you add data, you are actually you can actually group it. Okay.
Okay.
You have the, if you look at here, you should have access to this. Uh, the one which I click, I'll go back and show you that. So this group, this is actually grouped here, grouped by account type. That's why it's picking the name of the employee. If I have any employee, if I go back, you'll be able to see. If you are able to see these things here, then you can actually edit it. It's called list and then item. If you click on list, in the list you see different things also.
Mhm.
So if you want to export it, you can export it and go to the Excel.
Okay.
So I'm going back to the password directory. So it's a group based on the employee. Whenever you add in a password, make sure that it is going to the right employee name. Basically, like suppose if I look at your account, actually, is you have one account that is under the Hampton fee that you are actually using this password for the Hampton fee. If
Okay.
you look at here, mine, I have one, Mark Naidu has three, and then there are some generic actually. Look at here, what is this global employee? Sometimes password can be used by other employees. We call this as a generic. Okay. So those
Mhm.
generic passwords will be like this actually. That means anyone can access and get the details for them. Like a Mary Lim, Steve Can. These are the accounts that are used to created for the email account.
Are those emails still active? The Hampton Peak emails?
The emails are active because we created this here. The purpose, very purpose of creating this email is actually is to log into the portal using these accounts. Whenever if you want to log in, you can just go and use this as an email address and log in and create an email. Basically, these are the test accounts. So uh, we have also have something called the filter.sp and all that. So these invariably we are not using this any longer because we came up with the different dot like a filter dot ten, filter dot. Earlier we actually came up with this idea. Now we have come up with a thing. So this can you can validate this and then no longer not in use. You can delete this emails and then update this record later. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, I'm talking about the why global employees actually. So it means these are a generic thing. Now, if you come to Singapore employees, there is another group called Singapore employees. What is this actually? There are some passwords created specific to the Singapore location, like a Singapore employees can use. So suppose in this case, we actually created some generic email address here also, staff 01, staff 02, staff 02. Basically, these are the when temporary employees join. You don't want to create an email account for them and specific email. So the moment the temporary employees mean to come and work for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months like that. So for them, they can immediately start using this email and then start working. That's the idea of creating generic email for specific to location or Singapore. Uh, so then after the email, we have one more group that's called website. All the password that is related to the website are stored here.
Mm.
Uh, Example in my case, what is this website I'm using here? Uh, like a HostGator login I have here. It's the HostGator forums. I created one account for that. The utility community that also I created for myself and using Simple QuickBooks Online. This is another account I have. So if you look at each employee, whatever the website they are able to access using these credentials, into the website. That means all the website will be another one type of account. The emails will be one type, and then your hardware and the software related passwords will be of one type.
Okay.
So when you create an account, you just click on new item, and you give an account name. Should be very clear actually. Account name should be very clear. Generally, what I'll do is, let's say, go back to one of the examples, email. We'll look at your email, check with this, go to the email again. This account name, email login, that colon actually reserved. That means
Lawrence,
I
you're
am
breaking up. Cannot
make,
understand.
sorry,
Your connection is breaking up. I cannot understand what you're saying.
breaking up now, clear?
Yeah, it's better now. Okay, go on.
Okay, I'm on a full volume now. Okay, so uh, email login actually. So account type should be very clear. So you should specifically say what is this. In this case, actually, what I put is an email login. Very clear now here. If you go to the website, also we have put in some sort of account name here. You see here. It says very clearly HostGator forum login. Lawrence that actually. That means what website and what is the top name here. So you click a new item, then you give your account name here very clearly, and then the account type is a Dropbox. Uh, you have computer and hardware, you have email, you have a general office, and you have other, you have phones, you also have a web office. But web office is no longer we use, but we have this because since we had the web office before, we don't want any IP, otherwise some data will be missing. The website, as I mentioned here, we have a website type also. An employee using this account, you have all the employees here. So this is actually a drop down, and you must be knowing already there is another database available here that is linked to that. Yeah. So locale and again locations. You can see a different location has been added. Again, a Dropbox, drop down, and it will be related to the another table. Then the role also to another table here, and then the URL related URL or device name. We have both here. The reason is because sometimes there will be an URL link. If it is a website, so mainly more of URL, and if it is related to the computer and hardware, it will be a device name. That means what is the machine name, what is the machine number, that will be mentioned here, and then the username here, password here, and then the notes. If they want to add any extra notes to make it very clear, you can add it here. File attachment. File attachment, basically you can't upload here. Okay. What you do is you have a section called documents here. I will show you that what you do with that. Then the record status, by default it will be active. We are not using any activity log and see notes. And then we have a record owner. The record owner, I said, by default it is a last item. And again, record this last validated.
Sorry, Ash. Sorry, Lawrence. For the record owner, who should I put there?
Mark Naidu.
So
The record owner.
for all types of account, it should
Yes,
be
record owner by default it will be a Mark Naidu.
okay.
Okay, because he's still the owner of the all the record. He owns all this data. Okay,
Okay.
clear.
Clear.
So,
Oh, Lawrence, one question.
mhm.
In the account types, there's a general office. what accounts do we put in there? For example,
You have to come again, not clear. Come again.
from the account types, I saw
Uh-huh.
general office.
General office,
Yes.
not a general office, it's a global. Hold on for a second. Go to the account type, right? Okay, so general office meaning that means it is not specific to emails, not specific to any other. General office meaning like anything related to the admin of the office. Example, uh, let's say the uh, general office, like let's say the Singapore office, they may have some fax machine. Okay,
Right.
is
Okay.
the fax machine. Some fax machine needs the login. That means if any user is using it, they have to input their code or something like that. You can use this as a general office.
Okay.
Okay, clear?
Yeah.
Basically, general office is related to the equipment that are actually being used in the office, whether it's Singapore office or in Manila office, general office. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Coming back to the file attachment, right? So you can't actually do that. You have to go to the documents here. You have a different directory here, password directory and the regulatory document directory. If the attachment is related to the password directory, you know, are you there, John? JP?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If you relate to the password directory, you click on password directory. Okay. So if you see here all this attachment is related to the password directory are stored here. Okay. What you do is first is go and upload it. It will open up here. Choose the file, browse it, and then choose the file. Okay. After you choose the file, actually, I'll just choose it one. I will not save that. So then after you choose the file, just say OK. When the moment you click OK, and it will actually store it and give you an URL link. Example, if I go back here, go to this item here. You see here, this is the URL link.
Mm-hmm.
This URL link actually, you take it and go back to the record that you created in the password directory and you copy it over there. Example, if you go here, go to this record here, go to the edit item, you go on the file attachment, you take out this and then copy the link here.
Okay.
Okay. So wherever some important example, uh, some you cannot put all the details in the password directory, but you would like to store that for reference. Whether it is an email or it is a Word doc or it is an Excel file, first you upload it to the documents here, the directory. From there you take the link and come back and paste here. Okay. So in this case, if you see, I don't know whether we have any links here. Okay. See, if you this case, there is one here attached here. Okay. Let me open this one. Okay. So I can save this.
Hello, Lawrence.
Okay. So I'll open it. And one important thing is whenever you are updating the password or giving it to the group, you have to be very careful. Don't give it in the group chat. Uh, give the password always to the the private chat and tell that person that I will give you the password in the private chat. So like some additional information that is required here, it has been stored in the form of an email and which is kept here. So clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there are some additional, the link database which I told you here. If you go to site contents, I don't know whether you're already aware of it. Like suppose any new employees join, you have to add their name. You go to the employee and partner list global here. You add their names here, new item. Okay. And anybody is leaving that no longer employees, you have to put ZX dash staff and don't go. That means they are no longer employee of this company, but we still have their password record in the inactive status. Okay. So you go back here again, and the another drop down list is a role, which again we have the employee role list here. It's coming from the employee role list. This is where you add a new, if any new role to be added, you go here and add a new role. Okay. Role name, description of entry, I mean if it is required, otherwise nothing, you just save it. Put a role here, just put it.
Okay.
Uh, Same thing also for other data, other related databases. If you want to change the account type list is here. You can see different type of account list actually here. Tomorrow, if no longer some account type is not required, you can actually validate this and change this to the expired ones.
Okay.
So let's say it's all of this. If you go to site contents, you're basically able to see what are the related databases that is being created for this whole domain here. Yeah.
Okay.
So coming back to the password directory here again, the Hampton Peak. Again, specifically, all password related to the Hampton Peak will be only in the Hampton Peak will be added here. Okay. And moving on to the any questions on the Hampton Peak?
None so far.
Okay, I'm going to the global.com. The activities of adding, editing, or making the password inactive, we generally don't delete it. We'll put the inactive status first. After one, sometimes maybe you want to uh, delete it, that we can do it later. But right now we just only put it in the inactive state. So, global.com is another thing. Everything is same, but only the password that are related to the Hinam Global. Let's say Hinam Global means it's not related to the identity, not related to the Hinam portal, not related to the tech group, not related to the stolen tower, but all generic one. Basically, the generic passwords can be used. All the four of this company will be Hinam Global. So all these Hinam Global passwords are stored here. In the password directory. Here again the same thing here. You have a different type of account, computer hardware, email, software here. Okay, software also here. Anything that's related to the software. Then we have the website and the website related password are stored. Same thing here also. The same groupings by uh, using account based on the employee using account. It's grouped here. The same go to site content. You have all the uh, table, related tables here, imply and by default, every 3 months, the password to be revalidated. That means in your recurring task checklist, yearly task checklist,
I'm sorry, Lawrence. I did not get the last part about the validation.
Okay, the validation every 3 months, every 90 days. Okay, you have to revalidate the passwords in all the domains.
This is for all the sites, correct?
Yeah, all the domains. Yes,
Okay.
and all the active password you need to relook at it first. That means basically you can export it and then have a look at it and see whether anything is you find it invalid or find it something not thing. You have to validate it and then change it appropriate. If it is required to be changed, then update it. The date need to be changed for the validation date, the current date.
Okay.
So coming back here again, the same thing. You also, if any attachment to be stored in a record, you go to the documents directory here again, and then you actually use this different one. If you go to the password directory, you will see all the passwords related here. Suppose if you go to the parallel license from Mac, I think this is a screenshot which Elise gave it to us, so that has been stored here actually. Okay. This has product key here.
Okay.
So I'm moving on to the next one. Any questions on the Enum Global?
No.
Okay. I'm moving on to the Enum Portal. Enumportal.com again. All the passwords that is related to the Enumportal.com is stored here. Okay. This is a little complicated because most of the times we have the will be creating the account for the employee who joins, like or sky11.com, signaturepark.com, and all these things that need to be constantly to be updated, or any test account created for employees to use. So this is the more activities required here in this portal.com because it is related to the portal size. Also the other same here. I'm going to the password directory. Here also we have, you will find two types of account and then emails and also the account type website. If you look at here, website has a more number. All this website, lot of website are related to the portal as yeah. Uh, uh, these are the staff who are left actually. edX, some password need to be not put in the invalid status. I will take a look at it and then set this as invalid or inactive. Okay? Don't have to worry. Take a look at only the active ones.
Okay.
And same thing here also, nothing different. Only you have to keep in mind is all the password that related to the portal.com should be stored here. Sometimes the WordPress.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes a lot of WordPress site we sign up and all this thing that will get updated here. Because, all these activities comes under the portal.com.
Okay.
Don't get confused where to store. Okay. So whether it goes to Enum Global or Enum Portal. Anything very specific to Enum Portal, we put it in the Enum Portal. Anything is not specific to any of the sport, put it in the Enum Global. Something general actually, that means not specific to any of uh, then these are different views you can see here. Okay, this says view active records. If you click here this one, it says view all records. These are based on the view what we set here from the list, and then it says view record by primary use. This is another type of use primary use based on the recorded here. You can use the three.
Okay.
Now, coming back here, the same thing. there is the go to site contents. You will be able to see all the related databases. It's a high name list, high row list, and then the locale list, and then the account type here you will be able to see. Then the same thing, documents, all the documents that you want to store in the record should be uploaded here, and that the link to be taken from this here. Many of the gravity forms, this, all these things, sometimes it is required because the when you know sign up for some website, they will send us the email. Please note this is your installation details or something like that, login details.
You're breaking up, Lawrence.
Copy of that. Hello? Yeah.
Hello?
Copy. Yeah.
Okay,
Clear?
yeah, I can now. I can hear you now.
Okay. Actually, any email that we receive when we sign up for some of these sites, and that's very important email. I suggest that you just store that email in the my document section, upload it, and take the URL link of that document, put it on the record, so that tomorrow you will be able to also understand. Anyone else also able to see what is that actually additional information they can put into the attachment. Um, Clear here? Anything? Any questions?
Yeah, I have one question
Mhm.
about the deactivation of staff. Say, for example, Alma.
Yeah.
When when do we set her account to inactive? Is there
See,
some
basically,
sort of period that we need to wait for it to set to inactive?
okay. So basically, what happens is, let's say, I'll let's say my last day today. My last day today is the 9th September. So that means on 10th of September, first of all, actually, we need to ensure that I will not have access to any of those accounts. That means basically you don't reset the password, whatever it is you do. And then after you reset the password, and you put them to the inactive status immediately because the employee is no longer on the roll, and he becomes inactive. The passwords that belong to him will become inactive.
Okay.
So
So
actually, immediately we'll do it, but we don't do it the day they are there. The very
yes,
next
the
day.
changing of the passwords for Alma, I did that already.
Sorry.
The changing of password for Alma last time, I did that.
Yeah.
And then
Some
I
of the
did set the accounts to inactive. Is that correct?
some of the passwords. Uh, uh,
If you will search for Alma's, say for example, in home portal account,
okay, hold on for a second.
you
Let's
will
do
see it's already inactive.
that. Okay. So I'll show you one thing. Okay. Let's go to the password directory. Okay. What I'll do is let's go to the find item, Alma. But if you look at here, there is no passwords in the active records. Correct? So this one says, but this is not Alma. This maybe something is taking from the abbreviation here, but this is
Mm.
not Alma actually. If you go to the view all records, okay, if I put Alma here, that means even including the inactive, I would be able to see it here.
Okay.
So if you look at here, this inactive, what is she inactive for this? For the portal, and what are the other account she had? All inactive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question, Lawrence.
Mm-hmm.
So now that the accounts pertaining to Alma are inactive, when do you rename the name to ZX prefix?
Uh, Come again. When
When do we need to rename the account name? Say for example, Almabo.
Uh-huh.
in the employee list, we need to rename it to ZX.
Okay, that's actually immediate. When you are putting the inactive, now, okay, actually her name is not now ZX, not put as a ZX here. Let me check. It should be immediately. Okay, if you have the offboarding list, there is a checklist, right? Okay, in the
Okay.
offboarding you have a checklist. That checklist says that you put the staff name into the ZX actually. Suppose if I go here to the site contents, employee and partner.
So you
Okay,
need to
oh,
rename
this
it
is
there.
not here. Okay, this is not been put here. What you
Oh,
should do is go to edit here. It's immediate. ZX dash. Okay. Now if you see here, this will be moved to this section here. Alma will be in this section. Even now try to see Alma. It says ZX. Okay, it's
yeah.
immediate. Okay, the
Okay.
moment you are actually putting her to inactive, before you putting her to inactive, you go to the your site content, go to the employee name list, and then there you actually update this. Okay,
Okay.
if you come back to the password directory, now we'll see what happens. Go to the all records. Now you see ZX, all this.
Okay.
Okay. Clear? Clear now?
Yeah.
Questions?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I think I'm almost covered. Global, M10 Peak, and Portal. Any questions now on this?
None. I think you can ask Ash to rejoin again the calls.
Okay, fine. We will buzz him now.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Hi,
Hello,
Ash.
I'm in. Yes.
Okay. Uh, we have completed. I have completed covering the global.com and the portal.com and the M10 Peak. Okay.
Okay.
So whatever the questions JP had has been clarified.
Mm-hmm.
So JP's comfort level is now increased to handle this.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, Anything else, JP?
Um, I confirm, Ash, that I am
Yeah.
clear with what Lawrence has told me today about the passwords and the sites.
All right.
Next step for me is to validate if I have the correct access to facilitate those processes.
Okay.
So I'm doing it right now, and
Right.
maybe in a little while I'll be able to confirm.
Okay. You can just mention that in the Skype group, JP, that
Yes.
this is the result, and next step would be this, etc. And then I will
Okay.
also confirm that. Okay, I'll just run through the objectives that we've set at the start of the call. So one, so JP, you have a list already of all the existing usernames and passwords that that Lawrence has turned over to you.
It's all in 365.
Okay. You already know how to maintain viewing, adding, edit, deleting this username and passwords?
Yes,
All
but
right.
again, I need to verify, to validate the
Your
part
access.
wherein, yeah, yeah.
All right. Okay, and for the recurring tasks to be done, this is also discussed.
What I learned from Lawrence is that the passwords needs to be revalidated every 90 days.
Okay, is there a checklist for this, Lawrence?
There is a checklist that I will turn it over to during the checklist part of it.
All right.
That's called yearly checklist. So that
Okay.
I will turn it over to the yearly checklist part of
Okay. It will be discussed in the call for the checklist, right?
it. Correct. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm good then. Okay. JP, just to note that the checklist for this one will be discussed so that you can follow up with Lawrence during the discussion. It will be discussed in the topic recurring task checklist
Mm.
Okay.
Anyway, that we have a separate,
schedule for
the
that.
task item, yeah, task
All right.
item creator for that article. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be part of that. That will be part as an
Cover
objective
that.
in that
Correct.
item. Okay. All right. So
Okay.
update the Skype group. I'm good with it. Thanks, guys.
John, sorry,
Yes.
JP. Uh, our next call will have 30 minutes that to go through the domain management. So the simple one. So I will do it after 5 minutes break.
Okay.
Okay. So I will close this call now. So we'll resume back after 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Thanks, JP.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.